How to grill the perfect roast. Hi, I'm Stanley Lobel. Our customers are often intimidated by the idea of grilling a piece of meat as large as a rib roast, but it's the same basic technique used for grilling large steaks. And the results are just incredible. The juiciest, most tender roast you can imagine, with unique flavor you can only get from cooking over smoke and flame. Once you try grilling a rib roast, you'll wonder why you haven't learned this technique sooner. One thing to note is that you don't need to sear a roast over direct heat. In fact, you should not sear a bone and tied rib roast. It will burn off the twine that holds the ribs to the meat. If you choose to sear the roast, don't sear the fat side. Sear only the meat or bone side on each end. While grilling or roasting, the roast will render a considerable amount of juice and fat, so you need to use a drip pan. Fill the drip pan about half full of water, wine, beer, or any other liquid. You'll need to replenish the liquid as needed to maintain a constant level for the duration of the cooking time. The drip pan will prevent flare-ups, and the juices in the drip pan can be the basis of a great sauce to serve with the roast. Arrange your fire on each side of the grill with the drip pan in the middle. If you're using a chimney-style charcoal starter, just distribute the coals evenly on each side. You can also build a large fire and then push the coals from side to side. Remove the roast from the refrigerator. Allow it to come to room temperature, from about 1 to 2 hours depending on the size of the roast. Assemble your ingredients, which includes olive oil, sea salt, or kosher salt and pepper, just before putting the roast on the grill. Once the roast has come to room temperature, brush it with olive oil and sprinkle with salt and freshly ground pepper. Now we're finally ready to grill. Grill roast in the center of the grill grid, over the drip pan, with the grill lid on. After about 80% of the estimated time has elapsed, check the roast internal temperature. Don't poke the roast too early. You'll only lose precious juices. Once the roast has reached the desirable degree of doneness, remove it from the grill and allow it to rest for 15 to 30 minutes, depending upon the size of the roast, so the juices can redistribute within the meat for the juiciest roast you've ever tasted. For a boned and tied rib roast, just before slicing and serving, snip the twine that holds the ribs onto the roast. Separate the meat from the bones, and you'll have a boneless rib roast for serving and a delicious rack of beef of ribs as a special treat. Check our website at lobels.com for more cooking techniques and tips, as well as packages that include everything you'll need to grill the perfect roast.